and welcome to Lety Does Phoenix Resurrection, The Return of Jean Grey, number 5. So, in the last book, number 4, that I have right here, we see that the X-Men all go to New Mexico to figure out what exactly Emma Frost was talking about when she told them to go there. So we see Jean waking up from her encounter with the Phoenix, and everything that she's not directly looking at is either on fire or dead, or it's like super weird. So the Phoenix is trying to hide something from her. All the X-Men go inside of that area and they see that there is fire everywhere and destruction. So they come across a bunch of dead X-Men that we've been seeing this entire time. They try to fight them, they disappear, and Hank comes up with the conclusion that they are actually in the Phoenix's egg, and that the Phoenix has been prepping Jean Grey to be her host this entire time. So she stole Jean Grey's body and is now incubating it inside of this giant egg. They decide that they don't want to fight the Phoenix because every time they've done that in the past, it doesn't end well for them. So they're actually just gonna go try and talk to Jean and get her to come out of this on her own. And who better to send to do some nice, calm, no fighting, talking, other than Logan. So Logan is now going to go into the diner and try to talk to Jean, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I also have the variant edition of this number 5 cover that is so super beautiful. I love it so much. It goes along with all the Lee In Hyuk covers for the Phoenix Resurrection. So I love this cover so much. I'm not going to be opening it. So this is the one that I'm going to be using for the review. This is the one I'm never touching again because it's just so amazing and the spine is beautiful. So on this cover, we can see that Jean is finally back with all the X-Men and she's just kind of leading the X-Men. She's in her old costume, but I totally expect that to change based off of what we see from the variant. But it looks super cool, and Jean is going to be back in this issue. So let's get started. Ding ding, ding ding, ding ding. Logan walks into the diner, and for a small town diner, seems like the only 2 employees are too busy to greet him. Like, Jean is literally more interested in staring at this cup than to notice Mr. Dark, Old, and Canadian pull up a seat behind her. Oh gosh, didn't see you there. How can I,
Sorry, just, you look like someone I knew.
I was just about to say that. Do you by chance rebuild transmissions?
Lady, I can rebuild anything you want.
Are you Mr. Patch's dad by any chance?
I don't have any kids. Well, that I know about at least.
Oh, ladies' man, I see. Well then, what brings you to town, stud?
I'm just visiting someone I haven't seen in a really long time.
Long lost child?
God, I hope not. But we can fix that, if you like.
Sir, stop flirting with my waitress! But
You and me, Jeannie. Let's just get out of here. I could show you a whole new world.
But I work here. I need to stay here.
Come on, Jeannie. Don't you trust me?
Oh, what the hell, Jean? So I can't flirt with you because it's inappropriate as your employer. But Mr. Short, Dark, and Handsome over here walks in, and you're just gonna let him Aladdin you away to Jafar?
Alright. New plan. I know I said I wouldn't do this, but...
Oh my gosh, Annie, are you okay?
Marvel Comics proud...
Oh, it doesn't say it this time.
Phoenix Resurrection, Chapter 5.
Be thou those ends. Matthew Rosenberg, if you happen to be watching this by any chance, First of all, hi, that's totally cool of you. And your writing is super on point, but maybe work on your title game a little. Guys, the Phoenix is gone. That's really bad, right? Maybe we shouldn't have sent Logan in there.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad idea in hindsight.
Wait, Glob Herman, you're back. You can fix this. Why the hell did you do that?
Just trying to show you my little magic trick. Look. 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! Bitch is back from the
dead. Okay, Jean. I know this looks bad, but I can explain. Okay, that was a pretty cool trick.
I'll be here all week, lady. But we can just get out of here now, right? You remember who you are?
You...
Oh, come on, man. I stabbed someone for this.
You really shouldn't stab people. Logan. Logan, what the hell did you do?
I might have stabbed someone.
And bam, bitches! It's Jean motherfucking Grey, all dressed in red, black, and fabulous. Jean leaps down in front of the X-Men, including Gambit, who's going through this hipster phase, it seems. Sup, Bobby? Sup, Ororo? Sup, Scott? Scott, you look so different. Right, about that. I'm actually from the past. They went back like 20 years in the past and pulled me to the present. I can make that work.
Jean! Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's really you.
Shut up, Hank. This time travel bullshit was your idea, wasn't it? What? Ah! Jean falls forward as the Phoenix erupts from her body. The X-Men realize that this isn't over yet. Why can't you just leave me? Oh, Logan. Hey, you know what? You look really different too. Stay away from me. Jean, they're tricking you. Who are you going to trust? Them or your childhood best friend who's secretly been in love with you the entire time? You're not Annie. Annie Richardson died when we were 12. So, when have you ever let death get in the way of true love? I mean, that's pretty hypocritical of you, Jean. Go away. There's nothing you can offer me that's gonna change my... Jean? Mom? Dad?
Oh, sweetie, we're not really your mom and dad.
Your real parents were killed by aliens. What? But why were they killed by aliens? Because you're Jean Grey. The writers just had to give you a sad backstory.
In fact, you have the saddest backstory ever.
And everyone you love is dead. Scott, you too? All of you died? It's not too late, Jean. You can retcon this. You can save all of us. All you have to do is embrace the Phoenix. No! Jean sends out a wave of psychic energy, destroying all the Phoenix's projections. Everything is filled with a white light. The X-Men find themselves out in the deserts of New Mexico. The Phoenix's constructs are gone. I'm tired of retcons. I'm tired of coming back over and over again. You have nothing left to offer me that will make going through the Dark Phoenix story arc again worth it. Jean? Scott, I thought you were gone. Replaced by some young, nubile...
Jean, what are you talking about? Where am I?
Jean makes a very ugly face. Oh, enough of this bullshit! Jean throws everything she has at the psychic projection. Only it doesn't go away.
Okay. I suddenly remember what dying felt like.
Oh my gosh, Scott. You're real. All your memories. You died. And then that stupid bitch Emma.
Okay, let's not talk about that right now.
Everyone thought you were evil. For over a year. They said you were literally worse than Hitler. Why?
You know, that didn't quite make sense to me either. But the point is, we're here now. Together.
As Jean gazes longingly into her late husband's eyes, Cyclops takes off the visor. I can't believe I get to be with you again.
You know, if you're down for it, I hear there's a younger you running around. Maybe we can...
Let's not talk about that right now.
I'm so sorry for everything that happened to us, Jean. But it's okay now. Maybe we can...
No, Scott. I'm sorry. Just beyond the newly reunited couple, the Phoenix waits. Life and death incarnate, it makes no difference. Jean Grey leans close against her lover and whispers, "We were better off dead." As the two share their love for each other and hold each other close one last time, the life leaves Scott's body. Jean turns to face the Phoenix. So, is that all you got? You brought my husband back from the dead. Did you think that would really change anything? The dead are meant to stay dead. When will Marvel get that? But you keep bringing me back again and again and again. And I don't want to anymore. I don't want to be with you anymore. Wherever your future is, it's not with me. Don't you understand, Jean Grey? We can do anything together. We can be gods, travel through the unknown, go back to a point before the writers fucked everything up, or we can just pretend none of this ever happened. Jean Grey is taken back. She considers the Phoenix's offer, and then she takes off Marvel Girl's mask. No, that's not how this works. No matter what happens, no matter how bad the writers get, no matter how much you want to forget some storylines, they still happened. They're still a part of history. And that needs to carry weight. But Jean, this is Marvel Legacy. We're bringing all the cool characters back. You need to be the Phoenix again. No, I don't. Maybe I died, and maybe that sucked, but that still happened. To just bring me back, to just make me the Phoenix again, it would rob the X-Men of years of character development, and it just wouldn't make sense. It doesn't matter how much some people like the older comics. An entire generation has spent the last decade in a world without the Phoenix. Some people, including you, need to forget I ever existed. The Phoenix understands Jean and brings itself down into her palms. It looks up at its former host, goodbye, Jean Grey, and slowly fades away. Jean is alone now, kneeling over the body of her dead lover. The X-Men gather around.
Oh man, that looked really serious there. Are you okay?
And that is the end of Phoenix Resurrection number 5. So I gotta say,
this entire storyline was pretty solid. I wasn't exactly sure where they were going with all this or whether it was going to make sense or not based off of the first 2 issues, but I'm glad it was able to all tie in rather nicely by the end. Because I was kind of worried with Marvel Legacy in general when they said that they were bringing all the old characters back, since no one really liked the new characters like Laura as Wolverine or Sam Wilson as Cap. So, I mean, even if people didn't like the new characters, you can't just erase the storylines or forget that they happened. So, with Jean coming back as the Phoenix, I was exhausted because at this point, that makes it how many times now? And I thought they were just planning on doing it again for the sake of sales and people liking the character again. So for them to decide not to make her the Phoenix again, and for Jean to just kind of be her own person again, is a pretty mature and unexpected move on their part that I really enjoyed. So this entire thing with her being confronted by the Phoenix and having the Phoenix show her projections of everyone that died while she was dead and how Scott had died, and Jean does bring up that she gets her memories of Scott dying because of the Mpox disease, and then even with all that, she tells the Phoenix not to resurrect Scott. So Jean has developed herself a lot, where she's just going to be her own person now. She's not Scott Summers' wife. She's not the Phoenix. She's just gonna be Jean Grey again. And that's gonna get super awkward because we still have young Jean Grey running around, who, this is the official, like, end of Phoenix Resurrection, which is Jean Grey number 11, because in the last time that we saw her, she was burned alive by the Phoenix for her having rejected wanting to, like, merge with the Phoenix again and be its host. So Jean's storyline is going to continue in X-Men Red, and we already see this is like some battle armor type of thing. It's gonna be pretty cool. That I don't know if she's necessarily going to be the leader of that team, just because I want to see them try to get her to adjust into all the changes that has happened while she's been dead. So for her to just take on a team immediately would be pretty weird, because a lot has happened and a lot has changed. So I think it'd be interesting to see Jean try to make sense of everything. And then of course we're gonna have Logan come back or something. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. So she also has to come to terms with the fact that there's still the younger self running around, and she has to confront her too. So Jean's gonna have a lot of catching up to do, and she's gonna have a lot to reason out with herself and her younger self. And I don't know if they're gonna touch on the Phoenix thing again, but this was a pretty good storyline. I'm really satisfied with it, and I really enjoyed the ending as well. So it'll be interesting to see Jean back in comics again with everything that's happened. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this issue and of the storyline in general. And if you want to read this for yourself, I do suggest, highly recommend, you go buy this from your local comic book shop. And of course, if you don't have a local comic book shop, you can buy it online, get the digital copy for it, but just support comic books, support Marvel Comics. If you want to read this specific issue without my little Lety alterations that I made to the storyline, and you just want to read it as it is and see the beautiful art, I'm going to be giving away my copy of the digital copy that comes with every physical book that you buy on my website. So you could just go to letydoesstuff.com, click the giveaways tab, and I'll have a little entry raffle thing there for my code I will be giving you later. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So I hope that you liked this video and that you liked my reading of this storyline. This actually still has the Jean Grey number 11 that I am also going to film right after this, if you want to see the very, very end and if you want to see what happened to Jean Grey. And that's all I got for you. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Hey everyone, it's me, Mario. I'm just spending some time in the Giant Kingdom with my lovely Princess Peach. But I'd like to tell you thank you so much for watching Lety's video. If you like what you saw, you can subscribe to Lety's channel by clicking that circle button up there. Or you can watch more of Lety's videos over here. And you can find the latest news of Lety's Patreon by clicking that video down there.
Hey, I've come to claim Princess Peach.
Hey, who the hell is this guy? Oh no, Mamma Mia!